Hey there, Jen with RevZilla, and today we're riding the all-new 2021 Ducati Monster. This year's Ducati Monster has a 937cc engine, putting out 111 horsepower, weighs in at 416 pounds with a full 3.7 gallon tank, has a stock seat height of 32.3 inches, and retails for $11,895. All right, so the big question here is this still a Ducati Monster? The iconic trellis frame is gone. The round headlight is a little less round. And the engine is largely covered in plastic. Now, some might say this bike looks a little too similar to other nakeds on the market. But what I want to know is, how does this thing ride? Does it still feel like a Ducati Monster? I'm talking a stripped down naked bike, powerful yet playful, with that performance Ducati DNA that we know and love. So let's go riding and see how this bike stacks up. Now, I always thought of the Monster as the entry bike into the Ducati family, but making 111 horsepower and 1,000 cc's, this bike's actually knocking on leader bike territory. And that's pretty big for a first bike or even a second bike. The power delivery of the engine is smooth and linear, and depending what riding mode you put it in, you have a lot of control over that power. When it comes to electronics and rider aids to manage all that power, the Monster really is top of class. It comes with multi-level traction control, wheelie control, cornering ABS, and tunable riding modes so you can adapt the Monster to any rider preference. But the electronics menu is going to take some getting used to. And some of the features are pure overkill, like launch control. Who actually needs launch control in a street bike? In all my years of street riding, it's never a feature I felt like I was missing. The good news is the Monster's sharp handling DNA is still present. The suspension and chassis deliver great results in both tight corners and fast backroad sweepers. For this price point and caliber of bike, a non-adjustable fork is a bit of a miss. It doesn't dive under braking, and the rebound is progressive and predictable. The shock, on the other hand, is adjustable. And that's a good thing, because the stock settings on the Monster are pretty stiff. But depending on your size, you might want to soften that up a bit. When it comes to braking, you have Brembo systems both front and rear, and they deliver the precise stopping power that the brand is known for. Now, I do want to make mention of the quick shifter, because it makes cornering on this bike so flippin' amazing. When I'm clutchless downshifting fast into the corners, it feels like there's no wrong RPM or speed. And same thing for getting out of the corner. I can hammer on it aggressively, and it feels like the power's just waiting there on tap. No hiccups, it just works. You've come to expect the Monster to have a rowdy engine and sporty chassis. But one thing Ducati has really improved on this 2021 model are the customizable ergonomics. There are fully adjustable levers here, which are great for smaller hands. And there are 3 different seat heights you can have on this bike from the factory. A stock seat height of 32.3 inches, an accessory seat that lowers it to 31.5 inches, or combine the accessory seat with their lowering spring kit for a height of 30.5 inches. I'm 5'4" with an inseam of 31 inches, and the lower accessory seat is easily manageable. Just know that the general ergos of the Monster are still sporty for a standard bike, so take that for what it's worth. So my biggest complaints about the Monster are it runs a little hot for stop and go city traffic, the menu and button systems have a serious learning curve, and the non-adjustable fork. Not to mention the $12,000 price tag. That makes this Monster more expensive than base models of the MT-09, Z900, 890 Duke, and the Street Triple. But let's go back to that $1 million question. Is this still a Ducati Monster? For me, it's a naked Ducati that blends together performance engine and frame in a more approachable package. So yeah, guys, it's still a Monster. Listen, nostalgia is nice and I'm all for celebrating the classics, but when you prioritize nostalgia and style over innovation, that's a recipe for getting left behind. All right, thanks for hanging out while we stir the pot on the 2021 Ducati Monster. If you want to read more about this bike, head on over to Common Tread where you can read my full article. Otherwise, I'm Jen with RevZilla. Keep it on 2.